In the wake of her brother Michael's sudden and tragic passing in Los Angeles on June 25th, Janet Jackson found herself enveloped in a world of grief and disbelief. The weight of the loss, compounded by the relentless scrutiny of the media frenzy surrounding Michael's death, forced Janet to retreat from the outside world, seeking solace in isolation. In a recent, courageous step, she unveiled her concealed sentiments to television viewers, bravely recounting the heart-wrenching final exchange shared with her beloved brother. Join us as we unravel this touching tale. For Janet, the mere thought of turning on the television became an insurmountable task, a daunting portal to a reality she was not ready to confront. She chose to shield herself from the relentless barrage of sensationalized headlines, the invasive speculations, and the endless stream of conjecture about the circumstances surrounding her brother's demise. It wasn't just about avoiding the prying eyes of the media, it was about safeguarding her fragile emotional state. "It will drive you crazy," she confided, her voice tinged with a weariness born of sorrow and exhaustion. "People can have rhinoceros skin, but there's a point when something's going to hurt you. Not everyone is stone. In these words, Janet revealed the vulnerability that lay beneath her public persona, acknowledging that even the strongest among us have limits to their resilience. In her quest for refuge from the chaos, Janet erected a barrier between herself and the outside world, a protective cocoon where she could mourn in peace. "I haven't watched the news in weeks," she admitted, the admission laden with a sense of resignation. "I had to ask my chef, 'How's Obama doing? I haven't read a newspaper.'" Her detachment from the currents of current affairs underscored the depth of her withdrawal, as she sought to insulate herself from any reminders of the harsh reality that had shattered her world. Yet amidst the overwhelming grief, Janet faced yet another loss, that of a cherished family member. The weight of multiple bereavements bore down on her, a heavy burden that threatened to engulf her in darkness. In these moments of profound sorrow, Janet clung to the fragments of normalcy that remained, finding solace in the familiar rhythms of daily life, even as she grappled with the gaping void left by the absence of her loved ones. The memory of that last encounter with her brother Michael is etched into Janet Jackson's heart like a precious gem. It was May 14th, just 2 days before her 43rd birthday, and the Jackson family had gathered for a joyous celebration. Laughter echoed through the air as the Jackson kids, including Janet and her big brother Michael, reveled in each other's company. As Janet reminisces about that day, her voice carries a soft, almost ethereal quality, as if she's transported back to that moment, reliving the warmth and camaraderie that enveloped them. "We had so much fun that day," she murmurs, the fondness evident in her words. "We kept calling each other after and saying how great it was." In those fleeting hours, amidst the shared laughter and shared memories, Janet and Michael found solace in each other's presence, a bond that transcended the barriers of fame and fortune. But the echoes of joy were soon drowned out by the deafening silence of grief. Janet's world was upended when she received the devastating news of Michael's passing while she was on set in Atlanta, filming Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married Too? In an instant, the laughter turned to tears, and Janet's heart shattered into a million jagged pieces. Without hesitation, Janet rushed back to Los Angeles, her soul weighed down by the burden of loss. Yet even in the midst of her own unfathomable sorrow, Janet found herself thrust into the spotlight, her private grief laid bare for the world to see. The Jackson family's anguish became a spectacle, a tragic spectacle devoured by a ravenous public hungry for every morsel of sorrow. Amidst the somber procession of mourners at Michael's memorial service, one image stands out with poignant clarity. That of Michael's daughter, Paris, stepping up to the microphone, her young voice trembling with emotion. "Daddy has been the best father you could ever imagine," she declared, her words echoing through the hushed halls of the memorial hall. And in that moment, as Paris reached out for her Aunt Janet's support, the world glimpsed a tender portrait of familial love and resilience. Reflecting on that poignant moment, Janet's heart swells with pride. "I was really proud," she recalls, her voice tinged with a mixture of sadness and admiration. "People said to me that Michael's daughter speaking really gave them a sense of how he was as a father," in her words. In Paris, Janet sees a reflection of Michael's enduring legacy, a testament to his love, his compassion, and his unwavering devotion to his family. As Janet speaks of Michael's children, her voice softens with tenderness. "The kids are doing well," she says, her words infused with a quiet optimism. "They're with all their cousins. That family love will keep them going." In the embrace of their extended family, Michael's children find refuge from the storm, drawing strength from the bonds of kinship that bind them together. In the aftermath of Michael's memorial service, amidst the sea of grieving fans and well-wishers, Janet Jackson found herself drawn to the throng of supporters gathered outside. Alongside her sisters, LaToya and Rebby, she ventured forth to offer gratitude to those who had come to pay their respects, to share in their collective sorrow. For Janet, the gesture was one born of duty rather than desire. "I don't remember that at all," she confesses, her memory clouded by the fog of grief that enveloped her in those tumultuous days. "I really didn't want to say anything." Yet as she stood before the crowd, her quiet thank you reverberated through the air, met with a chorus of thunderous applause, a testament to the profound impact of her presence, even in moments of silence. But for Janet, the solace she sought lay not in the adulation of the masses, but in the sanctuary of her work. "I left that night to go back to Atlanta to film," she recalls, her voice tinged with a sense of purpose. Work has always been Janet's refuge, a tonic for the soul amidst the storm of sorrow. "I've been doing okay." She admits her words a testament to the resilience that has carried her through the darkest of days. Work helps focus all of that energy on something that is of value to you. In the midst of her relentless schedule, Janet seized a rare moment of respite, escaping to the tranquil shores of a distant beach for a brief vacation. "It was the first time I had to myself since Michael passed," she confides, the weight of her words underscoring the significance of the occasion. In those fleeting days of solitude, Janet found solace in the gentle rhythm of the waves, a temporary reprieve from the relentless tide of grief that threatened to engulf her. Janet's reluctance to speak at length is palpable, her reticence a reflection of the private nature that has long defined her persona. "I have no clue why," she muses, her words tinged with a hint of self-deprecation. "But maybe sometimes when there's someone you don't hear from, it's the person you want to hear from the most." In Janet's quiet introspection, there lies a depth of wisdom born of experience, a reminder that sometimes the most meaningful words are those left unspoken. In the crucible of grief and loss, Janet Jackson has discovered reservoirs of strength she never knew she possessed. As she reflects on the tumultuous weeks that have unfolded since Michael's passing, Janet speaks with a quiet resolve, her gaze steady and unwavering. "I always wanted to have my mother's strength," she confides, her voice tinged with a sense of reverence. "But I didn't know if it was really there." Yet in the face of adversity, Janet found herself tested in ways she never imagined, drawing upon reserves of resilience she never knew she had. "A few years back, something happened," she continues cryptically, her words laden with meaning. "And I learned that I did." Though she chooses not to elaborate, the implication is clear. In moments of crisis, Janet discovered the depths of her own fortitude, a strength born of adversity and tempered by resilience. "Now at least I know that I can step up to the plate and not crumble when I'm needed," Janet asserts, her tone resolute. When it comes to something like this that is so serious, so painful, so traumatic, I can handle it." In these words, Janet reveals a newfound sense of confidence, a quiet assurance born of the trials she has endured. Though the pain of loss may linger, Janet finds solace in the knowledge that she possesses the strength to weather the storm and to stand tall in the face of adversity. For more than 2 decades, Janet Jackson has navigated the complexities of fame and fortune with grace and resilience. From the groundbreaking success of Rhythm Nation 1814 to the dizzying heights of global superstardom, Janet's journey has been defined by her indomitable spirit and unwavering determination. With over 100 million albums sold worldwide and 41 Billboard #1 singles to her name, Janet's impact on the world of music is nothing short of legendary. Yet amidst the glitz and glamour of the spotlight, Janet remains grounded in the bonds of family and love. In the iconic Scream video, a futuristic collaboration with her late brother Michael, Janet's playful banter with her sibling is a testament to the deep bond they shared. "We had so much fun back then," she recalls, her smile warm with nostalgia. "We would organize our days together and go out for vegetarian lunch at the Golden Temple in LA. We were so busy, but we'd make time." As Janet Jackson reminisces about the origins of this now legendary accessory, her voice carries a hint of nostalgia, her words a testament to the intimate moments shared within the confines of their childhood home. One thing Michael did prize, of course, was his single white glove, Janet reveals, her tone soft with reminiscence. "That was actually my brother Jackie's idea at home one day." In these words, Janet unveils the humble origins of the iconic glove, a simple suggestion that would go on to become synonymous with Michael's inimitable style. He just said, "You should wear one glove, a white glove," and then Mike studded it all. That was it. Janet's laughter fills the room as she recalls the image of her brother painstakingly adorning the glove with shimmering studs and rhinestones, transforming it into a dazzling masterpiece of art and craftsmanship. But while the glove may have been a staple of Michael's stage persona, Janet assures that it didn't make an appearance at Jackson family dinners. "No," she chuckles, her smile warm with affection. In the intimate confines of their home, Michael was simply Mike, a beloved brother and son, unencumbered by the trappings of fame. Yet Michael's love of all things shiny and sparkly was not confined to the stage. "If it was shiny, if it had any kind of bling, he loved it," Janet recalls, her eyes sparkling with fondness. "It was that drummer boy look." She gestures animatedly, evoking memories of Michael's iconic fashion choices, from the dazzling black jacket he wore for Motown's 25th anniversary to the Balmain jackets adorned with jewels and rhinestones that he favored in his final days. As the public clamors over the fate of Michael's estate, including his famous jackets, Janet remains resolute in her stance. "They should go to the children, if anything," she asserts emphatically. In these words, Janet reveals not only her deep love for her nieces and nephews, but also her unwavering commitment to preserving Michael's legacy for future generations. As Janet Jackson reflects on the profound impact of her late brother Michael, her words resonate with a poignant sincerity, offering a glimpse into the deeply personal bond they shared amidst the glare of the spotlight. At the June BET Awards, Janet delivered a powerful message about the duality of Michael's identity. To the world, he was an icon, but to them, he was family. "People see this of you." Janet gestures toward the television, her expression somber yet resolute. "They have a fantasy in their mind, and to really get to know the true person, it's different." In these words, Janet unveils the stark contrast between the public perception of Michael and the private reality of the brother she knew and loved. Despite their status as global superstars, Michael remained a steadfast presence in Janet's life, a protector, a confidant, and above all, a beloved brother. "Michael was a big brother. He was always very protective of me," Janet recalls, her voice soft with affection. Though their lives were intertwined with fame from an early age, the two siblings navigated the perils of stardom with a silent understanding. Even though they were stars since childhood, the two didn't speak about how brutal the spotlight could be, Janet explains. It's part of the job, and we understood that. We never discussed it. But amidst the relentless pressures of fame, Michael remained steadfast in his love for laughter and play. He loved to laugh, Janet reminisces, a smile tugging at the corners of her lips. The last time we were together, he'd laugh so hard, he would just start crying. In these moments of shared joy, Janet and Michael found solace amidst the chaos, their laughter a testament to the enduring bond that united them. Sometimes his humor would be corny, sometimes dry, Janet adds, her voice tinged with fondness. He loved the Three Stooges. He loved slapstick. He loved Eddie Murphy and his silly comedies. He loved to have fun. He loved to play. In these simple pleasures, Janet found refuge from the rigors of fame, a reminder of the innocence and joy of childhood that they shared. If Janet could turn back the hands of time, she knows exactly how she would spend that precious day with her brother. If Janet had one more day with her brother, whose nickname for her incidentally was Dunk, she would relive that moment we had when we were kids, do our little run. We'd wake up, feed the animals, spend the entire day together. As Janet Jackson navigates the complexities of life and love, she finds herself at a crossroads, grappling with the aftermath of her recent breakup with music producer Jermaine Dupri. As she reflects on the possibility of marriage, Janet's words are laced with a sense of uncertainty and introspection. Does she still believe in marriage? The interviewer inquires, probing into the depths of Janet's heart. Her response is measured, tinged with the wisdom of experience. For some people, sure, I don't know if I'll get married again. Janet's history with marriage is complex. She's been down that road twice before, first as a teenager to James DeBarge, and later to choreographer Renee Elizondo. I'll put it like this. If God wants me to, then I will, Janet adds, her voice infused with a sense of surrender to a higher power. In matters of the heart, Janet finds solace in faith, trusting in the divine plan that guides her footsteps, even in the face of uncertainty. As the conversation turns to the topic of dating, Janet's demeanor shifts slightly, her words tinged with a hint of humor. Yeah, I've had people ask me out, she admits with a chuckle. I haven't entertained any offers thus far, but I'm locking myself in my work right now. In the wake of her breakup, Janet seeks solace in the sanctuary of her art, pouring herself into her music with a fervor born of passion and determination. Some might say boys smell anyway, the interviewer jokes, prompting a laugh from Janet. Yeah, they stink, she quips, her laughter echoing through the room. And they're dirty. In these moments of levity, Janet finds respite from the weight of her own heartache, a reminder that laughter has the power to heal even the deepest wounds. As the conversation turns to the topic of children, Janet's words are imbued with a sense of pragmatism and acceptance. Sure, I'd adopt, she reveals, her voice soft yet resolute. And I think that if I'm really supposed to have kids, it will happen if that's God's plan for me. In matters of motherhood, Janet finds solace in surrender, trusting in the divine timing that governs all things. She wouldn't encourage her children to go into entertainment, Janet explains, unless it was something they truly desired. If they knew what they were up against, she adds, her voice tinged with a sense of protectiveness. In a world often fraught with challenges and pitfalls, Janet hopes to shield her future children from the harsh realities of fame, guiding them with love, wisdom, and unwavering support, no matter where their dreams may lead. As Janet Jackson reflects on her own legacy and that of her late brother Michael, her words resonate with a profound sense of humility and reverence. If Michael is the king of pop, then Janet is its princess, a title she wears with grace and humility. I would hope my legacy would be bringing smiles to faces, Janet muses, her voice soft with sincerity. Happiness with my music. Also, to make babies. A smile tugs at the corners of her lips as she recalls the countless stories she's heard of couples conceiving while listening to her music. It's a testament to the intimate connection her art has forged with her fans, a bond that transcends mere entertainment. But when it comes to articulating Michael's legacy, Janet finds herself at a loss for words. It's so beyond, she admits, her voice tinged with awe. I can't even begin. It's on so many different levels. In Michael's music, she sees not just entertainment, but a beacon of light and love that has touched countless lives around the world. He's just got so much love and so much heart and so much power through his music, Janet continues, her voice filled with admiration. Children and his love for children. She speaks of Michael's philanthropy with reverence, recounting stories of how he touched lives and changed destinies with his acts of kindness and generosity. People have told me, I am an American citizen because of your brother, Janet reveals, her eyes shining with emotion. He wrote them a letter or something. He was just that giving, loving person. In these words, Janet unveils the true essence of Michael, not just as a performer, but as a humanitarian, a champion of love and compassion in a world often fraught with darkness. And the greatest entertainer there ever was, and is, Janet adds, her voice filled with conviction. I hope people get a glimpse of him now, some sort of picture. As Janet Jackson sits at the helm of her empire, she reflects on the journey that has brought her to this moment, a journey marked by triumphs, challenges, and the indomitable spirit that has defined her career. With an empire and a family mythology uniquely her own, Janet finds herself at a crossroads, mourning the loss of her brother Michael while charting a course for the future. You know, I never look back on what I've done unless I'm asked, Janet reveals, her words tinged with a sense of quiet determination. Yet amidst the relentless pursuit of her dreams, Janet recalls the sage advice of her late brother, a reminder to pause and savor the fruits of her labor. I remember Mike saying, you need to stop and enjoy it. Think about everything you've done, all that you've accomplished. In these moments of introspection, Janet finds herself torn between the past and the future, between honoring the legacy of her illustrious career and forging new paths forward. But there's so much more I want to do, she confides, her eyes alight with excitement. Despite the weight of grief that hangs heavy in her heart, Janet's spirit remains unbroken, her resolve unwavering. What do you think about Janet's revelations about her final memories of Michael Jackson? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.